This video prepares you for the Accounting 212 midterm exam. The midterm exam is to be taken on Blackboard, and the test must be proctored. So you can either have it proctored at a testing center. I'll give you some instructions for doing Blackboard Collaborate, or you can take the test by remote proctor. There's a fee for remote proctor, but you can take it at your convenience. Let's think about the activities of the class, just to remember what's required. First, Connect homework is 1,250 points. The midterm exam is worth 2,750. That's this test. The final exam is worth 2,750. The management accounting project that you've been working on is worth 2,000 points. The blogs are worth 1,200, and syllabus an extra 100. The nature of this test is that there are 20 multiple choice questions worth 70 points each, and these are right or wrong. This is a Blackboard test, so you get into Blackboard, and it's very easy to tell what we're looking for here. I'm not saying it's easy to get the right answer, but you just pick one of the 4 questions, and whichever one you block off is the right one. Now, there are also 4 problems, and the 4 problems are worth 340 points each. You need to show all work on these because there'll be significant partial credit. Calculators are allowed on the test, but cell phones are not, so don't use a cell phone as a calculator either at home or in the testing center. Also remember that the test is closed book. The test covers chapters 13 through 17, and on chapter 13 there are going to be 5 questions. 2 will deal with the current ratio calculation. You're given various assets and liabilities. A third multiple choice question deals with profit margin, and you're given various company data. 1 question deals with the times interest earned ratio, and you're given various company data. 1 question deals with the acid test ratio, and again, you're given various company data. And I've given you some page references to your textbook if you want to study up on these things. So I'll tell you exactly where the first 5 multiple choice questions come from. There's a problem on the test, 4 of them in total, but 1 from chapter 13. Analyze 2 companies and select the best one using current and/or the acid test ratio, the debt to equity ratio, and profit margin. There are 5 questions from chapter 14. 1 question is manufacturing statement, what's on it and what's not on it. 2 questions, classification of cost by function, which is a product cost or which is a period cost. And 1 question, classification of cost by behavior. Is it a fixed cost or a variable cost? 1 question deals with defining and describing factory overhead. So that's kind of a theory question. The problem, use variable cost, fixed cost, and desired profit to calculate a price for a product. Notice here that through the first chapter, through the first 2 chapters, 13 and 14, I've told you where half the test is coming from. 10 multiple choice, 2 problems. In chapter 15, there are 5 questions. 2 of them deals with the predetermined, or deal with the predetermined overhead rate. So 1 of them calculate the rate, 1 of them use it. I've given you a page reference. 1 question involves which business should use the job cost accounting. That's as opposed to what businesses should use process cost accounting. Basically, businesses with large or unique individual jobs should use job cost accounting. And businesses which sell very similar products, but different types, like for example, different sizes of screwdrivers or different types of tools, might use process cost accounting. One question would have you determine the cost of a job from some facts. Basically, read the facts in the multiple choice question and determine the total cost of the job. Could well have to apply some overhead here. And then there's a third problem. Complete or prepare a free-form job cost sheet and use it, to describe what management should do. We're through the first 3 chapters out of 5. We have 15 multiple choice questions to find and 3 problems. In chapter 16, there are 4 questions. 1, calculate equivalent units of production. 1, the equivalent units of production formula. 2 questions, which type of business should use process accounting, and which type should not. Finally, in chapter 17, there are 2 multiple choice questions. 1, departmental overhead rate, how to calculate it and or the theory of it. And 1 question, define an activity cost pool. Then there's 1 problem. And the problem is, on the next page I'm going to put up, this is in the study guide as well, and the problem I'm going to put up is the exact problem on the test, which means you can study it and be ready for it when you come to class. So here it is, and again, if you have any trouble seeing it on the video, it's also in the PowerPoint slide for the study guide. Suppose your company wants to allocate factory overhead. It has 2 departments, cutting and sewing. 3 products are produced, shirts, pants, and coats. Answer the following questions in essay form. What type of allocation base will be best for the cutting department? And what type would be best for the sewing department? Classic examples given in the text are direct labor hours are often an activity base. Remember that they were an activity base in your case study. Machine hours, batches, or square feet. The second question, describe which of the products, shirts, pants, or coats, will use the cutting department more and which will use the sewing department more. So, the important thing here is to answer and to have good logic. Someone could probably make a case that either answer was right. And 3, use your imagination, look at the book, define or describe an activity cost pool that could be used or could be found within the cutting or sewing department. So this is an essay, and you're going to be expected to put something down that's logical, but there'll be several right answers. So good luck. Hope you're ready for the test. Let me know if you have questions as you're studying before you take it. Take care.